Back to another video on the B&D Bricks channel. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the LEGO Star Wars Boba Fett's helmet. This is set number 75277, retailed for $60 and came with 625 pieces. I think you can get this set for cheaper if you buy it at like Target. I think it's $51 or $52 or something like that. I don't think I got it from Target, unfortunately, but whatever. I've had it sitting here for a while. You've probably seen it in my other videos, but I've got it here now. I'm finally doing a review of it. So I'm going to have to be changing up the way I do the score for this one because it doesn't have minifigures. So that's just 2 points that are either not there or it's an instant 2 points, which I don't think is really fair to go either way. So for this set, I'm just going to take minifigures out of the question and do it out of 8. I think that is probably the best way to do it. I will calculate the percentage so you can compare it out of 10. But this will be out of 8. Skipping the minifigures category, as I said before, because there are none, let's go to the design category. This will be the first one for this video. For the design, obviously, it's Boba Fett's helmet. It looks pretty accurate for the scale that it is. It's got a lot of studs showing, which is fine. I actually think that the studs showing is very tasteful. The studs that are being shown look good being shown. And yeah, but so for the front, you've got obviously it's a Mandalorian helmet, well, sort of. So it's got the visor that looks sort of like a Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet, but without the mouth. It's got the cheeks that are indented, which I think look pretty good. The black accentation is nice. I wish that they would actually do the helmet well on the minifigure, but this is good enough, right? Then moving on to the left side, you can see how they've got the sort of the angle coming in with the side of the visor. You can see there's a little gap there, which is fine. I don't notice it too much. Then you've got the rangefinder, which goes up and down, and this also comes out, but I don't think it's really supposed to come out. Well, there goes the rangefinder. I don't know if it's really meant to come out. I think it's meant just to be there so you can get that angle. But it is there. If you give me a second, I've got the rangefinder back up and running. I guess that could be counted as a flaw, but that's literally never happened to me before. No matter how much I've messed with it, it's never fallen off. So I don't know. Maybe that's just a fluke. Maybe that'll happen if you buy it. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, back to the rangefinder design. You can see it's got the dark tan pieces. It's a little bit of a lip right there. I actually think that it's very appealing, that angle there. I think that it's nice looking. It's not super accurate because of that, but I mean, whatever. Then if you move this forward, obviously, you can see that it's got the dark gray and a black piece there and a black piece there to make sort of the curve that this rangefinder goes in front of, which I think looks pretty nice. Then going over to the right, you can see how he's got the, you've got obviously the dink, which I never found that iconic, but apparently it is, so it's there. You've got the nicks, or the paint lines that he's drawn for kills, I think, or maybe bounties, or not sure. And then along with a recreation, sort of the other side. It's the same shape, but with different colors. Obviously, you can see some red, and then obviously, it's all sand green with some white and a black stripe. But it's a similar design. You can see, just it's got a different center, and because obviously that one has to accommodate the rangefinder, which makes that a little bit different. But I mean, overall, I like the sides quite a lot. You can see the nice red accentation around it, and you can see it on the back as well. Then moving on to the back, you can see the dark green. It's very smooth and very dark green on the back, which I think that looks good. If I go back around, you can see the angle of the helmet. It works. It looks right. And then the dark green, I think it looks fine. I feel like it's not the most accurate thing, although it could be. But I mean, in my memory, it wasn't all dark green. It was all like a similar color, but I mean, it's all right. I think that it looks good for what it is, and the red accentation in the middle is nice as well. I think that looks great. I mean, that's basically it for the design. Obviously, you've got at the bottom the stand, which is just standard stand for the helmets. I haven't done any others, so actually I'll look into it. You can see it's got a couple of the large large wedge pieces. I think they go up about 4 bricks tall, and cover about 2, maybe 3 brick. No, it's only 2. And then it's got another, I think, 4 bricks tall. You cut 4 of those, making up. Basically, I mean, it's just a stand. There's not too much to it, but it's good. It's sturdy. It looks nice. And that's about it for the stand. So for looks overall, I think that I would give it a 1 out of 2, except that you've got the whole line of helmets, which are all the same scale, which makes it look better. If it was like just this random one that was not to scale, I especially when it's a helmet, like that's the kind of thing that it is achievable to scale. It would just have to be a very expensive set. I think that I'll give this a 2 out of 2 for design. I think that it's pretty dang good for what it is. It looks right. It is just, I think overall it's a 2 out of 2 for design. Playability, obviously, this is a UCS set. If you look at, or not a UCS, Master Builder Series, something along the lines of that. If you look up the box art, you can find it's got the black background, just like all the other Master Builders Series sets, like Grogu, or what else? Daily Bugle, and most of the cars. It's obviously not supposed to be super playable. In terms of playability, it does have the rangefinder and the moving that and moving that. Other than that, that's about it. It's not too much to play with about this. It's a display set. It's not meant to be played with. So I will probably give this a 1 out of 2 for playability. I would give it a 0, but I feel like, considering this is a set that's not really supposed to be playable, having the rangefinder feature is really nice. It's a great feature, and I do think that gives it something. So I'll give it a 1 out of 2 for playability. So that brings it up to a 3 out of 4. Moving on to the value category, this set retailed, as I said before, for $60, which is not cheap, especially along the helmet lines. Like a lot of them are not very cheap, which is not great, not optimal, but it's honestly, it's fine. It works fine for what they are. I said before, I think you can get this set for cheaper at Target and some other places. Probably you can find one for used on eBay. That'd be 40, 35 bucks. I don't really know, but it doesn't come with any minifigures, so it's not like any of the minifigures are going to get super valuable. But for overall value, it has 625 pieces, retail for $60. I would say price per piece is pretty good. Price per piece is not everything, but price per piece is pretty good. I think that if you really, I think that this is worth $60. I think it's a good $60 set. It's not like a great deal on it, but I do think that it's worth $60, and I do think that that's the right price for it. So I will give this a 2 out of 2 for price. So that is a 5 out of 6. Last category, my personal opinion, I would give this set a 1 out of 2. It's worth a 1 out of 2. It's not worth a 2 out of 2. There are definitely flaws with it. Well, not really, actually. It's other than the rangefinder, there's not too many flaws. It's just kind of an expensive set, and unless you have something else you're going to display with it, like the Slave one or any of the other helmets, it's just not really going to be that good. So I would recommend buying this set if you have any of the other helmets, literally any of them, or if you like Boba Fett, if you have the Slave one, if you have anything Boba Fett related, I would definitely recommend getting this helmet to display alongside it. I think that it is a great addition to your collection. So overall, the score for this is a 6 out of 8, which calculates to a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching the video. I might have one later on the Slave one today even.